Again, you reach one place, one voice. This is where Liberians meet other nationals around the continent of Africa to promote absolutely nothing but peace, love, and unity. Bringing back the African tradition to the USA. Your host this afternoon, time check is 1:55 p.m. Is CEO Joe Puscard, founder and CEO of One Play One Voice Network. Pretty much, we are here to serve the public on this network, and we hope you have a very nice time with the show today. We let's talk Liberia. Let's talk Liberia. We're trying to navigate part of Liberia, something we're missing. That one play one voice want to bring back. We let's talk about tradition. Because one thing that one play one voice identify is the lack of tradition. We have to kind of bring it back to life. We got to put breath into our tradition, your culture. What make you to be who you are when you go out there, when you speak to people? What make people to identify you? That's what we're going to talk today. And with that said, why the broadcast is going on, I want to let you know that we do a lot of stuff. So I will be talking about some stuff that we do. We built and empower. We interview all around the world, and we also entertain at all events. Whenever you have an event, just email us oneplayOneVoice at gmail.com. Make an arrangement. We also come to serve you to entertain you, and that's how multitask we are. So one play, one voice, in other words, is your friend. I want you to know that. And we are always here. We love our people. We love our brothers. We love our sisters. But we want to navigate on tradition. And today, when we're having the conversation, I want you to understand that you are free to call. All right. We have two means of calling. You can either join in this conversation via Zoom. The link is right up there. You're going to see it. And also you can call us on 914-338-8320. I repeat, 914-338-8320. But before we give you some rules of One Play One Voice and how we navigate this network, it is important that we give you some outline of rules, what we do on this broadcast, how we present ourselves to our audience. But before that, let's recognize our tradition. This one is a tradition from the country of my origin, Mama Liberia. Our old folks, we cannot forget them. Their voice. It is very essential that we send that message. Back in the days, those traditional songs. Have we forgotten Liberians? Come on. Let's try to navigate our tradition, our culture. It is something that make us, it make us to connect with one another, right? So let me take this break and bring our traditional folks on this network where you can relax at your comfort of your zone or wherever you are and see them sing some old music. And then when you listen to the song, if it's familiar to you, just enjoy them. All right? But I'll be right back to give you some rules. Stay tuned. We will see you soon. All right. Again, you are tuned to One Play One Voice. That is where Liberians meet other nationalities around the continent of Africa to promote nothing but peace, love, and unity. Bringing back the African tradition to the USA. Let's unite. It's all about African connection. So again, let's talk Liberia. Liberia is a very beautiful country. You already know, people who know the history. We are a small country, a little bit more than 5 million people. Liberia had a war-torn country. It was a war-torn country at one point where we went through 14 years of civil war because I was actually in Liberia when the war came, and then from there, the war got finished, right before some of us traveled abroad. But we're trying to bring that culture back to Liberia. We're trying to educate and uplift our people. On here at One Play One Voice, we build and empower. That's all we do, nothing else. So I want you to understand that. In the meantime, we say feel free to call us on the network. Our number is up there. You're going to see it. So definitely feel free to call us, and then you can join a conversation as we discuss Mama Liberia. It is important that we bring back our tradition. It is important that we recognize our tradition in Liberia. You want to join the conversation? Folks, the number is there. Don't hesitate. You can join by calling the broadcast. You can also join by calling the number right up there, 914-338-8320, to join the conversation, because it is important that we discuss Mama Liberia. It is very important. So again, we want to say a shout out to all our fans around the world. We want to say shout out to our audience. One Play, One Voice is here to interview around the world. As we said previously, that we want to make sure you know what we do at one place. So we do a lot at one place, and that's what we want you to understand. Well, we build and empower, we interview around the world, we entertain at all events. Don't forget, the CEO Jopo Sky is also an artist from Liberia. So when you call or when you email us at oneplaceonevoice@gmail.com, let us know, and then we will be there to serve you at your event. But it's important that you know this information. So again, we are glad to have you this afternoon. But let's talk Liberia. Join in at any point in time you want to join in. The number is there. The Zoom link is there. When you zoom in, we will know, and we'll have you into the studio. Well, Liberia. Why it's important that we focus on the tradition and its people? First of all, we all pray that Liberia have a good president, and we all pray that his new administration honor His Excellency JNB Joseph Niman Boakai, be a very vibrant government. There are some important folks that was also elected or appointed into various positions, and we count on them to take us through in trying to run this how you call it, rescue train, right? So in a train, we want to have people on board and include every Liberians. All right. My belief from One Play One Voice, I believe that Liberians should be put first in everything we do in Liberia. But the culture should be the main focus of what we want to do in Liberia. It is important that we go back to recognize our folks. Those folks, I strongly believe they are very important to us, our older folks. All right. Let also try to bring a program that will kind of focus on our older folks in Liberia. What that means? It means that we should create some facility, right? That we can bring our older folks to be well taken care of, as long as serve in the government. You know what I mean? It is important because I believe if anyone serves their country, when they get older, because we all going to die someday, right? We should be taken care of. And those are important things that we want to see in Liberia. We're going to recognize the tradition. We want to be able to wear our clothes. We want to be able to speak, when we speak our accent, it identifies us out there. And I've been educating for the past few times that, never pretend where you came from. Be proud of who you are. Know that you are somebody valuable. Know that you are somebody important. Know that you can do a connection with any society as long as you know who you are. All right. And then one thing I always tell my audience, care less of who talk about you. As long as you know you're doing the right thing, no worries. Because I see chaos, I see many things that go on in the world. People waste time and brainstorming on what people are saying. No, let us focus on how we can come together as family, as people from the continent in Liberia. You know what I mean? Serving our people to the fullest. Liberia, it's a poor country, we agree. But do you believe that we, the citizens, we the people, despite live any part of the world, if we come together, right, and support the government, provided if they are doing the right thing now, because I'm not saying that a government will take the money, like past administration, and try to enrich themselves, they and their family, then we got to support them. But we believe that when the government is doing the right thing in Liberia, we all should come together and put our hands around such a unique government to push their agenda. And that's how it's supposed to be. That's the only way we can rebuild Liberia. That's the only way we can be able to uplift the country, focusing on those major areas, recognizing our ancestors, recognizing the older folks, taking good care of the older folks will bring a lot of blessings to the country. It's very important. The tradition, showcasing our tradition to the world. Wherever we go, we bring our culture, we bring our music. Our music is fantastic, it's important. You know what I mean? But we cannot push our music industry if we don't support one another. Somebody got to be able to come out, identify the barriers, and be able to point it out. And one day that message will sing. So again, One Play One Voice is when Liberia meet other nationals around the continent of Africa to promote absolutely nothing but peace, love, and unity. Bring it back the African tradition to the USA. So this afternoon we are here to chit chat with our audience. We want to make sure we are here for you. Reach us whenever you want to have an interview. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. We are here to promote peace, love, and unity. You can come into the studio, ask us questions. Just feel free. This network is built to really, reach out to the audience. When you feel that you cannot make it in life and you need someone to talk to you, you need somewhere to go, contact us. Again, One Play One Voice. We got a Zoom link up there. If you want to join, please join. Feel free to join. If you want to call, feel free to call the studio. We will be here to recognize you. Again, the number is 914-338-8320. Broadcasting live from New York City. You can join us through Zoom and you can call. Let's talk Liberia. What do you have on your mind for Liberia? What do you want to say? What you see going on that you don't like about Liberia? There is a network. There is where your voice can be heard. By calling in, we give you that service. So call in and be able to voice out your opinion. What on your chest? What do you want to see for Mama Liberia? What do you want to see the new government do for Mama Liberia? It is important that you call the studio, you call in, and we'll be here to serve you. With that said, I just want to take this time to tell you some of the things that we do. Again, we are here. We build and empower. I want you to understand that. We build and empower. It's important that you know these things. All right, so let's take a break. We'll be right back. Again, you tune in One Play One Voice. We say this where Liberians meet other nationalities around the continent of Africa to promote nothing but peace, love, and unity. Bring back our African tradition through the USA. Let's talk Liberia. It's all about African connection. It's about us connecting with one another. It's about us being there for one another. Those are barriers that's One Play One Voice identify, and we want to carry on the message that in order for Liberia to be a better place, in order for Liberia to be a great country where everyone can go to, we must revisit and recognize our tradition, recognizing our African heritage, recognizing ourselves as individuals, recognizing our purpose in life. We are here. I hear people say, "Oh, Liberia will not rise." No, Liberia is going to rise. The problem is from with us. We are the problem, and I always say that. It took me time to understand us as individual. It took me time to do so many research to see why we cannot rise. It is not that Liberia can rise. I strongly believe that Liberia can rise. The reason why we're not really making that much progress is because of us. We just, wicked to one another. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want to see my brother to grow, and that's the problem. We don't want to see one another grow, and you cannot live life and don't want to see your brother grow. Then you tell me, then what do you expect? Because if you see your brother doing something very good and you like the idea, and if you cannot help him, then why bring him down? Those are some of the problem. So we have to be very honest to one another. You know, if we support one another and try to do what is right, Liberia will rise. And they come down from generation to generation. I recall back in the days, in school days, you know what I mean? When someone would go to school, we couldn't find food to eat. Sometimes we're going to cut class, we'll go somewhere to make, just to make a business, to sell, do something just to earn money to eat. But you know what? There should be a system set up, and that's why some are pushing for the free education in Liberia over there. Our boys and girls, I watch them go sometime on the street to sell, like they go waterside, other places. As I was growing up, I saw folks, go down the waterside trying to be a car boy for a car. When we say car boy, it's a man that put passenger into the car and collect money, and then from there the car leave. But all those things can change when we have a government in power that loves the country, that are putting structure or framework together for our people to be well served. If you have a system and structure in place and is well implemented, believe me, Liberia going to rise. It's just as simple. But we have to have the driver in the seat to control the car, to make sure he's changing the gear from number one to number two. It is well lubricated. All right, I'm speaking the term to tell you that Liberia can be a better place when we have the right captain into the seat. Now, here we go. We just had an election. We have JMB into office. Yeah, I hear people say, "Oh, he's an older man. He's not feeling well." All this. Well, then why can you pray for him, for God to give him wisdom to be able to lead that country, to make sure that country become a better country? Those are some things that I ask myself the question. Do you think corruption in Liberia is going to vanish overnight? My friend, it's not going to vanish overnight. There's going to be corruption. But you know what? I believe we can change some things around. I'm not saying we can eradicate corruption altogether, but we can work on it. I see something going on in Liberia. Let's see how far this is going to go. My recommendation to JMB, you got to be very firm with our people. If you get into a government position, you must be well audited. You know what I mean? Listen, there's something we're missing from Liberia. Liberia is an awesome country. I want to take this time to welcome Eratus. We say thank you for tuning into One Play One Voice, and you are welcome. Just know that we have number out there. If you want to join us, just call us. We'll receive a call, and you can contribute towards the conversation. And we also have a Zoom up there. When you get in, you'll be in the waiting room until I let you in. So I want to make sure the system is well unique and set for everyone to partake into the conversation. Well, let's go back to Liberia. The system which you put in place in Liberia, let's take for instance, every year the budget is passed, right? Let's say we're going to pass $1,000 this year, all right? Let's say 100 go to each counties. Now, those representatives for those counties should be able to get a count. There should be a specific section within the House of Representatives that they will come and be given a chance, given the microphone, to give a breakdown of what they have done in 6 months. Or if you want to do it by year, that's fine. But they should be able to give a count of how they use the money in each county. What was some of the development? You know what I mean? And they come out to give this information to the citizen and the public and the international at large. That's called system. We cannot be running the country and just run the country because money is there. So I take the money, I enrich myself. Next man come, the same thing, and it go on and on and on for over 100 and some more years. We stay in one thing. It's about time that a structure and system be put in place, and we have to hold everyone in government accountable for what they are doing, how they are serving our people in the country, and it's serious. So we now got to be, we the citizens, we got to give our idea of what we want to see. And the reason what I'm saying is because, let me say this. We put those people into office, right? I don't care if you hire your brother, your sister. I know it's not right to do, but hey, when someone get in a position, they will likely, more likely bring their people on board. Fine. But there should be a system put in place, neutral from the government entity. And that system is a neutral body that will look into, what do you call them? They are the controller of how the money going to be used or spent in the country. That person's job is to make sure every money leaving the government for whoever representing in whatever position gave account, whether it's be by 3 months, whether it's going to be 6 months, or whether it's going to be every year. There should be a specific policy that should be written to drive that implementation. I can tell you, when those kind of system is put in place, I'm not saying that corruption is just going to vanish from the country, no. But at least it's going to be minimized a little bit. Because people know that there's a system that we're going to hold them accountable as executives, right? Within the mansion of Liberia. So we're going to hold each person accountable for what they do and how they're spending the people money. Because don't forget, those are taxpayer money. It's for the citizen. The essence of government to govern a country is to make sure its citizen is doing well. That's just what it is. And how do they do that? They create programs. They create programs that serve various aspects of the neutral body, the citizen of the country. I'm talking about the youth, the children, and just name it. So when those programs are addressing certain conditions, some programs could be addressed for maybe free education in public school. From kindergarten up to 12th grade, they go to school for free. That is a help. Because what it does, it also helping the parents. Imagine a parent in Liberia can barely afford food per day to eat. You tell me, are they going to be able to afford money to send their children to good school to learn? And those are young people that are coming up in the country. And those are people that are going to serve in the Republic of Liberia. How do you think they're going to implement these things? We, as government, got to be able to open our citizens' eyes or expose them to some things. Let's go to the Youth and Sport Department. If you give a budget to Youth and Sport Department, that neutral body should make sure that those youth, those children, those young generation are beneficial of what you are implementing. That's what you call making progress. And you develop, and then you master the system, and then your country become very advanced. As an educator in New York City, there is my piece I got to do. There is my contribution. There is what I know. There is what I see every day. So as a result, we don't see money in America. Money goes through our account through direct deposit. So you tell me, how the man going to corrupt if the money is not there for him to see? There's a system. It's called the HR, the payroll system. I got a friend who just took, over that agency. But these are important things that he can learn from what I'm broadcasting here, to implement. There should be a system to hold each and every government official accountable for the money they spend. There, if possible, there should even be a receipt of how they spend the money, why they spend the money, and the development they made in that county. Let me take my county for instance, Bon County, right? Because I'm from Bon County in Liberia, West Africa. So we have the senator, we have the representatives. Okay, they are all there spearheading, on behalf of the government. These people are representing the executives, right? Because if something happens, it falls on the executive. So it's executive responsibility to make sure that these budgets are passed from county to county. Bon County, for instance, right? So they get 6 months to Yabawolo. In 6 months, we're going to call Yabawolo to come to meeting where we'll give Yabawolo a chance to present. Let's educate our people. We cannot continue living in darkness. We live in the 21st century, right? Our eyes should be open. We should know exactly how we govern the country of Liberia. So we bring Yabawolo in. And guess what? We make an announcement. Every citizen who want to come and listen to Yabawolo of Bon County to present how he used the money on the citizen of Bon County. So Yabawolo come on stage. And we have all these fancy things going on. If he don't understand computer, fine, but we do a setup where he feel more comfortable. There will be a prestige. So Yabawolo will come on the stage and say, you know what? For the past 6 months, or for the past 1 year, there is what I have done. There is a development. I built school for my county. There is what I did. I have children going to school. All right, they don't have to pay tuition, but they are in school. You follow me, audience? So when you start to do these things, it's called good governance. In other words, you are governing the country, but you are keeping track of what's going on in your government. When you do that, after a few years, it will start to show on the international community. And people will start to look at your country, wow, this is awesome. But we cannot be running a country like we don't have head. No, that's why if you take over our country, we believe that you are well constructed in the mind. It's our mindset. Because if you have the mindset that you're going to go there and enrich yourself, believe and trust. In the first 2-3 years, they're going to show that you mean no business. And then we go through that cycle over and over and nothing can be done. Somebody must change somebody must change a platform. We cannot use one platform over and over. If you use a platform and it's not working, what you do, you either upgrade or you change it completely and bring a new system that will work for our people. So when you do that, you will see the citizens will be happy. They will get to know. They will see places, that school built for their children to go to free. These funding are used to build the youth and young generation in the country. Before you look, after some time, it shows. And you will see the country, you will see the improvement within the country. So these are things. Let's talk Liberia. Again, if you want to join the conversation, you already know what to do. Just look up there. We're broadcasting live from New York City. And our information is up there. And if you want to join the conversation, you are welcome to join the conversation. It's right there. You can't miss it. It's 914-338-8320. And you also have the Zoom link. All you need to do is to click on the Zoom link. You'll be right into the studio. And you can voice out your opinion. Let's talk Liberia. It is important. I have 5 or 10 more minutes here. I'll be out. But yeah, we must love ourselves, love our country, and love one another. That's what we want. We want peace, love, and unity. It took me time to understand our problem. And that's why some are giving our input. This is the only problem we have. I don't know why it is. We take bad stuff and run with it. These things are not even good. And I understand we live in a social media world. Don't get me wrong. So when something happens, everybody coming to give their opinion. But There's a way, there's another way to resolve issues. Because when we continue going on Facebook to address one another as brothers and sisters, it reflects on us. They will say he's from Liberia. And the fact that he's from Liberia, you are from Liberia, it also reflects on you as well. So all the insults I sit in my corner and watch on Facebook, it's not necessary. There's other way we can address some problem. There's other way we can reach out to our brothers and sisters and and be able to handle situation instead of coming on the social media and we just going off. It's not going to help you. You can talk, you go on and stealing, you knock your hair, and it's not really going to help you. So we talk about barriers in certain areas that can make us as Liberians to shine out there. And that's our work. So again, one play, one voice. We build, we empower. I want you to understand that we are here to always serve you. We allow us to serve you. All right? We're in a team. If you need a website, contact us, of course. And if you want to support us, audience, you can support us through our stars, our Cash App. I'm going to have it up there. And you can also support us via paper. All right? And there's all the information out there. Support this broadcast. We are here to stay. And we'll all be here to serve you. Okay, so again, we are trying to close on the broadcast in a few minutes. It's a pleasure. Give us some ideas on the network. And we hope that these messages go out sometime and people will kind of adhere to the message. We're all trying to contribute in. We're all trying to give ideas to our new government so that we can have a very successful country. So again, your host, CEO Joe Proscar, founder and CEO of this network. And I hope you have an awesome time. And I'll be back soon. If you need an interview, contact us through our Gmail and make an arrangement. We will come here to interview you. We interview from all around the world. It doesn't matter where you are. We can bring you into our studio and we'll be able to give your message out. Your voice is going to be heard. With that said, you already know, One Play One Voice here always to serve you. Have a successful and a wonderful time.